Grinding all my life, sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice. That's why all my life I've been grinding all my life. Look, all my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice. That's why all my life I've been grinding all my life. Look.
What up, what up, what up, what up? Welcome to the Ball Dnt Lie podcast. This is your boy Dexter, your host, the one and only. Welcome back to the show. And today we got a lot of stuff to get into. And it's going to be crazy. What y'all just seen or what y'all just heard about the NBA on opening night is even more, I guess, explosive than the actual games. So I'm going to go ahead and get right into it. And today is Wednesday, opening night of the NBA, 2 days before Christmas, December 23rd. And I'm just going to go ahead and report this like it is. No filter. Right? I didn't do my pre-notes. I didn't game plan for this episode. I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and just shoot an episode about the whole James Harden situation. James Harden, to a degree, shot himself in the foot. Not literally, figuratively, just shot himself in the foot. Dude's been acting wild lately, right? Can we all admit to that? Dude was just in Vegas. He was just in Atlanta a couple weeks ago, celebrating little baby's little baby's birthday. And next thing you know, he's late to the whole entire training camp. Decides not to show up at all. Then the whole NBA did the situation, but like, nope, he got a 6-day isolation. Okay. Comes back, trains with the team, right? Meets the new players, practices. Into the Athletic reported over the weekend on Sunday, or actually reported a couple of days ago on Monday, that James Harden had an altercation with a teammate, a rookie. I don't know his first name. I think his last name is Tate. So Sunday he had an altercation with the teammates, right? Or had a verbal altercation. And then Monday he tried to make it physical. Throws the ball towards the rookie, towards his head. And completely misses. But his attempt was to hit him with the basketball. Right? And then obviously they're going back and forth, right? Coach Childs is like, hey, he comes out, they ask him about this whole situation. He comes out saying that, oh yeah, I like guys that like to be competitive, that has that fire. That's a whole bunch of baloney. Because those things, I get it. Players have done it before, like the Kobe Bryants of the world and the Jordans of the world. Jordan punched Steve Kerr in the face, and Kobe did the same thing. But those guys are arguably 1 and 2 or 3 greatest players of all time. James Harden is not. James Harden, to me, is trying to find a way to get out of Houston. So all this debacle about him being not happy and throwing a ball at a player, not showing up on time because he was in Vegas and he was in Atlanta for little baby's birthday. This is all done on purpose. This is all premeditated. And there's nothing that you can make up that's excusable for that. So let me go ahead and get right into it. I did my research. I found out yesterday, Tuesday. Actually, because when this video probably released, probably Thursday morning. I found out Tuesday, opening night, Nets, Warriors, Lakers, Clippers, right? I'm talking about hours before that. Robert Luttrell of BSO, Black Sports Online, tweeted at 11 a.m. on Tuesday about a possibility of James Harden being at a strip club. I saw this around 12:30 that day on Tuesday. So I was like, what the hell? Is this true? So I'm doing my research. And I contact somebody else to help me with the research. We're looking on every single social media platform. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We're checking the pulse of the league. We're checking the pulse of all major media outlets. Nothing about James Harden. Everything's talking about his altercation with the rookie all of Tuesday before tip-off of the Nets and the Warriors. So I'm like, what's going on? I can't find nothing. So obviously I get in contact with the source on Twitter. Try to confirm it. And they sent me a couple interesting takes on it. We matched locations of the video to a couple other pictures that were surfacing on Instagram. Background drops, same music at the same time, right? The outfits that he was wearing from the waist down, as far as cut up jeans and the Yeezys and all that stuff. We fact checked all that. Come to find out, there's enough evidence for me to believe he was at a strip club on Monday night. So when Robert Luttrell from BSO, you can see him. You can follow him on Twitter. You can check him out on Twitter as well. He's legit. Black Sports Online. Shout out to Robert. But he tweeted this on Tuesday. But there was no traction. I'm talking about like tip-off already happened with the Nets and Warriors. Still no traction. No one's talking about it. So I'm thinking, this can't happen, right? I'm over here I'm over here a couple contacts that I have from the Houston Chronicle. I'm on their pages. Nothing. I'm looking at people across the NBA media outlets on Twitter. Nothing. Everybody's talking about the Lakers and the Clippers and the ceremony, all that stuff. I was like, okay, whatever. I have enough information to post this tweet then. Go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and shoot it. Got the video. It's about a 10-second clip, which I'm about to show right here for you guys to see, which probably most of you already saw already because it was big news. Next thing you know, I posted this at 11:25, around there. 11:25 Tuesday. So about 12 hours from the time that Robert posted on his Twitter account, I posted it myself. And basically said, I'm going to sum it up for you. I'm going to paraphrase because I don't remember what I tweeted, but in the context of what I said was James Harden defined league rules coming to health and safety and COVID-19 protocols. And was out at a strip club. I said strip club. 11:24-25 p.m. Tuesday night. I said that. Strip club. Had a picture of him, with the DR luggage, right? And how ironic is that? That they're gifting James Harden on a Christmas party at a strip club with a luggage because he wants to be out of Houston. That's so ironic. They gave him a Dior luggage bag. Well, enough of saying that. So this is at 11:34. They give him that. There's a video of that, right? I post that, right? And then people are asking me or hitting me on DMs talking about this ain't real. I said, okay. I let it marinate. I let it sit and see which way it goes. Like, I wasn't expecting to be where it's at today. Fast forward, league has already verified this is true, right? But at the time, almost midnight, probably had like maybe a couple hundred views on the video. I was like, I'm gonna let it marinate. I come back 5 in the morning. 5 in the morning. And I'm like, damn, no one's really talking about it. Like, really nobody in the sports world is talking about James Harden's antics as far as defining orders, going to a strip club, et cetera, But it picks up. It really picks up Wednesday morning, like 6, 7 in the morning, Western Standard Time, basically, right? So 7 a.m. my time, I'm in California. 10 McManahan from ESPN, and he tweeted this at 7:19 a.m. His sources said Rockets are working with the NBA's office to review the video of James Harden at a strip club. If the video is circulating on social media, only from I think only 2 or 3 sources on Twitter, me and Robert. That was it. If the video is circulating on social media is verified to be recent, it is a violation of the league's protocols, which will put Harden's availability in tonight's opener. This is 7:30 in the morning Wednesday. This is like 10, 12, 15 hours before tip-off. Obviously, fast forward again. Let me just tell you guys in hindsight, yeah, the game was postponed. So Tim McManahan tweets this at 7 in the morning. Ramona Shelburne, Woj, Shams, who else? people who are tied in with ESPN or Fox, right? Rick Bucher, who I can go on and on and on. Nobody was talking about it at all, literally. So it starts picking up traction, right? 7 a.m. People are digging in. They're trying to figure out what's going on. And James Harden obviously is seeing this. People are hitting him up to my, hey, bro, like, this is all over the internet. And you can't allow James Harden, to pretty much dictate how businesses goes. James Harden is paving a way. He's setting a bar extremely high for future disgruntled players to go the same route, the same feat he has taken. Obviously, this is all premeditated. Now players in the future are trying to say, hey, James Harden did it. Let me see if it was a success, and I'm going to do it too. That's why the NBA needs to step down. The $50,000 fine is nothing to the guy. The DR bag costs 20 grand, 100 grand, 50 grand. This guy's spending money. He's keeping the strip club in the pandemic above float. Pre-bubble, post-bubble. In the strip club, spending hundreds of thousands of dollars. Dude's worth around $300 million or so, right? $200 million from Adidas. He made over $200 million in the NBA. What is $50,000 to him? But when he missed game checks, he's going to miss $536,000, $500,000 per game. See, that's when it hits your pocket, right? That's how you got to check James Harden. You can't let him, act a fool, run amok, think he's the boss. I get it. Players in the NBA, superstars, yeah, they have a certain way of feeling special, getting special treatment, can demand a trade, can force a way out of a city or a franchise. But not like this. Not like this. I mean, imagine the team that you are trading for James Harden. The Rockets did everything in their power to make James Harden happy. They traded Kevin Martin, or shooter with the orthodox shot, who played in Sacramento. They traded him for James Harden. James Harden was a sixth man. They basically paid him like he's going to be a superstar. Gave him the keys to the franchise. He dictated trades. He dictated when practices should be. He dictated, you know what? I'm going to go party in this city after a game. They said, okay. Dictated practice. He said, okay. They say, he's late to film sessions. We will wait. Russell Westbrook was saying, hell no, run that tape. They said, no, I'm not about to run it twice. We're going to wait. They did all this pampering for James Harden. I get it. Certain players get special treatment. But the way he's doing it, it's called abuse of power. This is abuse. LeBron James don't do this. Steph Curry don't do this. Kevin Durant don't do this. Russell Westbrook don't do this. Superstar players, Giannis don't do this. The Kobe Bryants of the world, the Jordans of the world. I mean, if you want to go back, players don't do this. If you're disgruntled, you figure out where to get traded. You come to the team and say, hey, I want out. But you don't run up a muck and say, hey, you know what? I'm going to go to the strip club. I'm going to define the league. These rules are mandated by the league, by Adam Silver and all 30 owners. Agree to this. You cannot be in bars. You cannot be in clubs. You can't be at any event that holds 15 people or plus. And where was James Harden at? A strip club. And he comes out saying this on Instagram after he's seen the video, after the Rockets confirmed the story is true, after Houston Chronicle, local newspaper in Houston, finally came out 11 a.m. on Wednesday and confirmed the story is true. They said one thing after, this is what he said on Instagram. One thing after another, I went to show love to my homegirl at her event, quote unquote, not a strip club, who's pointing the finger towards me. Pointing the finger towards me because I said strip club. One thing after another, I went to show love to my homegirl at her event, not a strip club, because she is becoming a boss and putting her people in positions of success. And now it's a problem. Every day is something different. No matter how many times people try to drag my name under You can't. The real always end on top. To me, you basically admit that you was there, but you try to define it's not a strip club. It doesn't matter if it's a strip club. It don't matter if it's a barbecue. It don't matter if you at a picnic. 15 people or more, it's against COVID-19 protocols in the NBA. Bylaws they just had implemented like 3-4 weeks ago. Come on, James Harden. Who are you fooling? You obviously allow somebody at the party to put you on Instagram holding the DR luggage and you smiling, and it's so ironic that it's actual luggage that you want to be out of Houston. So you're sending a clear message to the Houston organization, to the team. I got a luggage. I want to be out. They gifted you a luggage at a strip club. Out of all things, people give cars out. What did you do for little baby? Gave him $100,000 or whatever it was, right? Gifted him bags. People get cars. Offset just got a car. He just got a car for his thing, from his wife. A Lamborghini. People give out those things. Who gives out luggages? And it's just happened to be right timing. You want to be out of here? I ain't falling for that. And after all this commotion, when the league finally realized, you know what, there's enough evidence that he definitely was at a strip club. Then they found out players were testing positive or had a close contact tracing with certain players. And obviously people are thinking it was James Harden. James Harden had nothing to do with the whole COVID situation with John Wall, Boogie Cousins, and Kevin Martin Jr., who's a rookie. James Harden tested Monday, Tuesday, and he tested Wednesday. And every single test came back negative. But it's the fact that he's putting his team at risk. You're putting your team at risk. What do you call this? If it came down to being politics, would this called bioterrorism, right? I wouldn't even take it that far. But you gonna go out there, act a fool, go get COVID, give it to some of these guys. Who are they gonna take it to? Their family members not knowing because you was out acting crazy, not wearing a mask where you was at, especially at a strip club. Girls all over you, people all over you. This is insane. So reports came out later on First Take, came out on Undisputed and everywhere else. Shout out to Robert because he got a shout out on the ESPN for the BSO article he dropped. But James Harden going forward, hey man, NBA needs to put his foot down. Right now, we don't know what's going to happen. Other than the fact that he got fined $50,000, we don't know what's going to happen going forward. It will cost them approximately $573,000 a game. Suspend the guy. Let him get charged $500,000 out of his check. And let's see how he feels about it. It's just terrible. It's terrible. And some people on Twitter are calling me out, talking about like, oh man, why you care about what James Harden does? That's his lifestyle. I don't give a flat F what he does in his lifestyle. If it affects, I feel for the players who their family members have health conditions. Staff members on that organization have health conditions. You think every single person is healthy like James Harden? Even though James Harden, who had COVID in the summer and you know went through the whole COVID process, and now he's fine, right? If you don't know, he had COVID before. But not every single person is a James Harden type. People are going to feel a certain type of way when they get COVID. We're still fighting a pandemic. So I don't care how, you can be 31 years old, act a fool. But you putting people's lives in jeopardy. People die from this. All right? We have over 250,000 people in the U.S. that have died from COVID. So I don't see it as a joke. I mask up wherever I go. I don't take nothing that relates to COVID to be a joke. Not one bit. And the NBA obviously is not, they feel the same way I feel. Same thing with a lot of players. Why do you think players didn't show up in the bubble? Like a Trevor Ariza, right? They didn't show up because this is more important to my life, is my family being healthy. So James Harden doesn't care about that. Karl Anthony Towns lost his mom on April 13th of 2020 due to COVID. I bet you he ain't the same dude from before that. And he also said that. I'm just upset that this guy can define rules and nothing happens. And now you have all the big fishes, Chris Haynes, you have Woj, you have all these guys reporting it after I broke the news. And Robert has a lot to do with it as well. Robert posted it, didn't get no traction. I put it out there, it went viral. And next thing you know, you have all these big fishes coming out there trying to verify the story. So I'm only making this video to let y'all know how this whole thing progressed. 11:30 p.m. The video I posted was about James Harden in the strip club. 11:30 Tuesday night, December 22nd. News broke December 23rd, 7:30 a.m. by Tim McManahan from ESPN. Then from there on, it was like a wildfire. If y'all don't believe me, y'all can see it on my Twitter page. Hop on Twitter, check it out. Ball Don't Lie, and I have a link in the bottom for that. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see what's gonna happen. Is James Harden get suspended? Are they gonna teach him a lesson? Are they just let him continue to run amok? Because I'm telling you right now, teams that were thinking they're gonna get James Harden, oh yeah, they got the upper hand now. Oh, you gonna come to my team? And you think you act a fool? Oh, I ain't gonna give you these pieces. Even though somebody will get desperate at one point and offer half the team to Houston. But come on, you gonna be disgruntled with the organization, don't show up and training camp on time because you out partying, going to the strip club, fighting with your teammates. Like, this is unacceptable. And they give you everything possible. Everything possible. And I get it, certain players get certain treatments. We all know that. LeBron, we all know that. We heard about the situation in LA with the Clippers, with Kawhi's situation, living in San Diego, driving to LA, commuting every single time. We heard the situations. I get it. But there's a difference about you having special treatments for the work you put in, because who you are and you're a superstar, and how much cachet you bring to your organization or that franchise. But that all comes with a respect to like a mutual respect. I ain't abusing power, and you are. And it's crazy. I went to Arizona State with James Harden. You know what I mean? Like, I was there the same time he was there. We ran across each other a few times. I like dude. I got no problem against James. But this right here is just crazy for me to even not to say anything. So I hope y'all understand my side of the story and how this whole thing originated about the whole strip club situation. Like I said, I tipped my hat off to Robert Luttrell from BSO because he started the whole spark as far as getting this out there. And then I just pretty much made it viral, put some heat on it. I hashtagged the NBA, I hashtagged the Rockets. I put some people on there too. Spread this. Next you know, 5 hours later, 60,000 views. And then they're talking about there's a video circulating overnight. Man, that video, him being out, it was from 2 days ago. From what I did, I was 24 hours late from the time he was out there. But hey, it is what it is. So that's it about the James Harden situation. Obviously, I got a lot to talk about as far as the tip-off and opening night, about the Warriors getting mashed on by the Nets. Lakers over here acting fatigued. Obviously, the NBA tipped off most of their league schedule Wednesday. A lot of good games out there. A lot of people hitting 40 points on opening night. Woo! John Morant, Scary Terry Rozier. You got Trae Young almost hitting a 40 piece. You got Tatum hit him game-winning shot with 0.4 on the clock. I don't know if he called bank, but he did call game. Giannis choking at the free throw line and tie the game to go to OT. There's so much I can get into, but obviously this whole episode is about James Harden's situation. So stay tuned. Anything that happens with the NBA as far as players, suspensions, whatever it is, trust me, I'll be here first to report it. So I hope y'all enjoy the show. You can catch me on any of these streaming platforms. If you're on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the like button. Hit the bell to get the notifications, because I'm going to drop a video every week. So stay tuned. Some new things might hit you. Until then, y'all stay safe. Peace.